Once upon a time, an elderly monk with gray beard and a young novice monk traveled together along remote mountain trails. They took vows of ascetic poverty, possessing nothing besides their monk robes and one wooden alms bowl apiece. For many years they wandered side by side, sharing simple meals, rough shelter, and quiet meditation, living a tranquil, contented life free from material desires. One dusk, while crossing a dried-up riverbed, they spotted a bulky leather sack half buried beneath dry sand. When they unzipped the bag, both stared in surprise. It was stuffed full of gleaming gold coins, wealth enough to live in luxury for a lifetime. The young novice's heart raced with greed. Leaning close, he whispered, "Master, this treasure is heaven's gift to us. We may abandon monastic life, take the gold, and live comfortably forever. No more begging for food, no more cold, sleepless nights or days of hunger." The elderly monk stayed silent, gazing first at the pile of gold, then at his young companion. He slowly closed the leather bag and shook his head gently. "We are followers of Buddha who have forsaken mortal wealth. This gold does not belong to us. We shall leave it here and continue our pilgrimage." The young monk refused to accept his master's decision. He pleaded, argued, and finally grew furious, shouting, "You are foolish. How can you turn down such fortune that ends all our hardships?" Seeing he could not persuade the novice, the elder monk sighed softly. "If your heart is fixed on this treasure, you may take it. But remember this truth: the riches you think set you free will become your heaviest chains." They parted ways right there by the dry river. The young monk hoisted the sack of gold and headed downhill toward the nearby town, while the elderly monk kept walking alone along his original mountain path. 1 year later, the elder monk passed through a bustling village marketplace. He caught sight of a ragged, starving beggar huddled on dusty ground begging for bread, and to his great shock, it was once his young traveling companion. His monk robes were torn and tattered, cheeks sunken hollow, the leather gold sack long gone. The elder monk sat beside him and split his own bread to share. "What befell you after you left with the gold?" he asked softly. Ashamed, the young beggar turned his gaze away and spoke. "I carried the gold into town and lived lavishly at first. Grand houses, fine garments, exquisite feasts, servants, and crowds of new friends. Yet fear gnawed at me endlessly. I feared thieves would steal my coins, feared servants plotted to cheat me, feared all my friends only stayed for my money. I lost sleep and appetite, never knowing peace. I spent every coin hiring bodyguards, building high defensive walls, and quarreling with neighbors to guard my fortune. In the end, all gold vanished completely, leaving me poorer than before I found the treasure." The elderly monk nodded slowly. "The gold never was yours to own. Instead, you became its captive. Material goods turn into master, not servant. True wealth is never counted by possessions we gather, but by how little we crave. Those who own nothing walk free, while people loaded with property become prisoners of their own greed." The young man broke down in tears, finally learning the harsh lesson. Greed never satisfies human longing, it only fuels endless craving. In modern days, we're surrounded by countless hidden gold. We chase money, social status, fame, and belongings, mistakenly believing these things bring lasting joy. Just like this young monk, most people gain more possessions yet grow more desirous, losing inner peace step by step. We overwork endlessly to buy unnecessary items, to impress people we do not care for, sacrificing health, family bonds, and peace for fleeting worldly pleasures. This ancient fable's wisdom still holds true thousands of years later. Happiness comes not from accumulating more, but from lowering our endless wants. Let go of obsessive desire for extra gain. Break free from greed's shackles. Find peace in the present moment and realize the richest treasure always lies within your own heart.